Hello, everyone. So this week we are discussing about energy production and energy trends. Our objective is to understand the basic economic concept in energy economics. We have to be able to define what is energy and also understand or uh, describe various energy sources and know the special role of energy in economic systems. So in physics, energy is the work that force can do or force could do. Energy is fundamental to economic systems and to life. Um, Plants, we know that plants need sunlight energy, and animals depend on plants. We cannot think of anything that we can do that does not need energy. So we are going to focus on energy demands as economies grow. Energy is an essential good because all human activities need energy. So it would be impossible for human life in the absence of energy. First, we are going to define or going to list the two types of energy sources. One, we have what we call depletable sources, which is non-renewable sources. So these are fossil fuel um, energy sources such as oil, natural gas, coal, and uranium. And with renewable sources, we are talking about wind, biomass, hydropower, solar, and some geothermal. What is the difference between renewable sources and non-renewable sources? Non-renewable sources are depletable. There is a limit in terms of quantity available. We have limit on the reserves that are available, but which is different with renewable energy. We don't have a limit to sunlight. We don't have a limit to wind. We cannot talk of stock or reserves on that. So for the energy sources that we just mentioned, you find that fossil fuel contributes the greatest source of energy globally and also in the US. If you note from these two figs here, on the left side is for US and on the right side is for global economy. So at global level, renewables constitute about 13%, and fossil fuels, oil, gas, and coal constitute about 81%. This is similar case in most countries, including US. Take a look on the left side. Much is from oil, coal, and natural gas. In this slide, I show net energy ratios for various energy sources. Categorizing them in terms of which sector is that energy mostly used. So we have four primary sectors where energy is used, and you see that oil is mostly used in the transportation sector, and that sector definitely depends on oil 92% in terms of ratio. And the industrial sector depends much on natural gas and coal, whilst the residential sector and commercial sector rely more on natural gas, mostly for heating. And when we move on to power sector, electricity generation, coal is the major energy source, and also natural gas. Let's move on to energy trends and projections. I have two figures here that shows change in energy consumption over time at world level. Um, as we know that energy demand continues to grow globally as a result of increase in economic activities, as a result of population growth. Um, energy consumption, given that energy consumption trend is increasing over time, as evidenced by increase in consumption for most energy sources, um, even projections from both graphs here, they show increase in consumption by 2050, a significant change. But take a close look. From all energy sources, renewables show a high significant increase. Renewable, that's the green color. So you see on the left side, that green line, it's more steeper than all other lines. And also the change, this is 2018, and see the increase in renewable, the projected consumption of renewables by 2050. It's a huge increase there. With this slide, it's similar scenario to the previous slide. That shows change world primary energy demand by fuel in scenario as projected by IEA. So we have projected 2035 in the left side, and also on the right side projected 2040. Right. So this is the aggressive policy scenario. You have to see in the change in the percentages, right, from 29 core to 18. But what happens with renewables, right? Bioenergy is 9%, now 15%. Other renewables, 10% initially, 4%. Hydro, 4%. Hydro, 2%. But you can note that there's an increase in renewable energy as projected, and a decrease in the consumption of fossil fuels. So that's a transition from fossil fuels to renewables. Why should there be a transition? We are going to discuss about fossil fuels and renewable energy production in the next videos, and also talk about that transition. Thank you.